Hey everyone, it's finally here. Football season is upon us. Saturday, kickoff, 3:30, Bird Stadium versus JMU. Maryland's first game as a member of the Big Ten Conference. I'm Arthur Ferrer, and here are my 5 things to watch for this season for the Terrapins. Number 1, experience. Maryland returns 7 players on the defensive side who have 15 starts or more on their career. On the offensive side of things, it's headlined by 6th-year quarterback C.J. Brown, wide receiver Stefon Diggs, and Dean Long, and junior running back Brandon Ross. Can those guys be the explosive force that we anticipate being? Is it just hype around these players, or will they actually be able to put up enough points to lead Maryland to a couple of victories over their Big Ten foes? Number 2, players returning from injury and from a year off. Stefon Diggs and Dean Long each got injured last year versus Wake Forest. Those guys are back and healthy now. But will Diggs still be the explosive guy that we know him to be? Can Dean Long stretch the field enough to give C.J. Brown a legitimate deep option? Wes Brown out for the year for suspension. He's back. Marcus Leak took a year off from school. He's back. However, those guys are on the bench right now. Marcus Leak, second-string wide receiver. Wes Brown not listed on the depth chart. Will those guys break through as the year goes on? Do they have enough fitness in them to last an entire 12-game season after missing a full year? Number 3, creating pressure on the defensive front. Andre Monroe, Quinn Jefferson, Darius Kilgo are all back on the defensive side of things. Each of those guys had over 2 sacks last year. Monroe led the Terrapins with 9.5 sacks. They'll be facing some veteran quarterbacks: Penn State's Christian Hackenberg, Rutgers' Gary Nova, Michigan State Connor Cook, and Michigan's Devin Gardner, just to name a few of the guys that they'll be trying to take down as the year goes on. Can Maryland create enough pressure with their defensive unit to force some of these veteran guys into mistakes and maybe steal some points from them? Number 4, running backs and secondary options. Brandon Ross is a starting running back right now. However, only rushed for 100 yards twice last season and was held to under 50 yards 5 times. Will he still be the running back as the year goes on? Will someone usurp him from his throne? Secondary options: tight end Andrew Isaac, wide receiver Tavon Jacobs, and newly minted wide receiver Jaquil V. Can those guys provide secondary options for C.J. Brown and relieve some of the pressure that Diggs and Long are going to be facing? Can those guys provide enough of an option for C.J. Brown to not have to take off running every other play? Keep C.J. Brown healthy is going to be key for the Terrapins. And finally, number 5, Will Likely versus Stefon Diggs in the return game. Both guys are explosive. Both guys can make plays. They can flip field position. Likely is the punt returner right now. Diggs is the kick returner. Will that stay? Will one guy take over both roles, or will a new guy like Tavon Jacobs take over the role? Likely and Diggs both struggled last year with fumbling problems early in the season. Will that still be the case, or have those guys short up their hands enough to make Maryland a legitimate force on the special teams and maybe steal a couple of touchdowns that way? Guys, I'm Arthur Ferrer. Those are my 5 things to watch for this season. We'll be keeping you updated at TerrapinStationMD.com with more information on not just football, but soccer and basketball as well as we move closer to November. Take care.